Hello and welcome back to the channel. So I am super late on this, but I wanted to take my time with it because I have talked about JT and Ice Spice and all these other female rappers quite a few times, and I just wanted to I just wanted to clarify that I'm going to be doing more videos on Cardi B. I was going to do a video on her on my This Person is an Exotical Get Over It series, but I kind of stopped because a lot of people feel a lot of different ways when it comes to Cardi B. I think when it comes to people like Rihanna, and I'm going to show you guys a clip of her identifying as biracial, and Beyonce identifying as multiracial, even Nicki Minaj showing her, Trinidadian heritage, it's still accepted, right? I think about other artists like 21 Savage, him being British and all these other things. And these people don't have to prove their blackness every single waking day. They don't have to get questioned why they're saying the N-word. And you know what's funny? Any other time they would say, oh, well, we were all part of the Atlantic slave trade. We're all black. Any other time, if a Dominican says, no, papi, I know black, I Dominicano, any other single time, you want to pull these people back into this culture by saying, oh, well, you hate yourself because we were all part of the Atlantic slave trade. And when we get pulled over by cops, we're all the same, right? And I was looking at this interview from Cardi B where, the colorism channels, they love posting that clip of her saying that she likes dating black men because they're different from her. But a lot of people did not watch that full interview. And I'm going to play it for you guys because in this video, not only is she saying how much she hates colorism and that she actively, is against it, but she acknowledges it, right? And that she understands she can have a preference without putting down someone else, And a lot of people never show that part of that interview. So this video is going to be about all of the, contradictions when it comes to Cardi B, all of the double standards. So sit back and enjoy. But again, I want you guys to notice how certain people, there are never really questions about certain things. Not to say that they should be police, but I just want you guys to notice, who doesn't get to bypass certain double standards, And with Rihanna, I think everyone loves her, of course, but at the end of the day, she has identified as mixed race. So are so many other people, like Mariah Carey. So I find it funny when it comes to Cardi B that she's constantly questioned. Now, I get it. If you feel like someone is anti-black, that, that can be questioned. And I'm not here to, condone anything Cardi B has said or did. But at the same time, most of the time, when we're talking about all the different colorist things people used to say to us growing up and stuff and whatnot, it's other black people, So, I don't know if she actually, no. I believe that recently, like the last few months, Cardi B has doubled down again, saying she identifies as Afro-Caribbean, right? So I wonder, are people questioning her because she's part Hispanic? Because all the other people that I just named, they have different cultures as well. Some of them aren't even American, yet they can happily integrate into African-American culture, such as Rihanna, right? But when it comes to Cardi B, she just can't for some reason, and they always use that clip of her saying, oh, I like people different than me. So I'm going to go ahead and play you guys the clip of Rihanna and some of the interview that as much as I can, because it is from Vlad TV, and he don't really like people posting his videos, but I'm going to show as much as I can.
About being biracial, that was one of the first things I dealt with. Then it went on through high school. If it wasn't one thing, it was the other thing. And in my home, a lot of things I saw, I think that definitely helped to prepare me for this.
It's just something that is like a lingo. Like even if I want to stop saying it, I really can't stop saying it. I'm sorry. Like it seems like it's something that is so normal, which is bad, or like it is what it is. And if it comes to the fact that she's Latina, my parents, my father's side, we're Spanish, we're Hispanic and everything. But it's like, where do the Spanish people came from? Where do the Latina people came from? They mix people, we mix with African, European, mulattic and everything. And it's just like, what am I considered? And at the end of the day, like Latinos and Hispanic, they are considered a minority. Like you think white folks see Hispanic and black people like oh yeah, they're Hispanic, they're black. No, we are all considered the same to them. So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, you actually talk about in interviews that you feel like dark-skinned girls don't get praised by society as much as light-skinned girls.
Yes, it's true. Have you ever been to a strip club in New York? It's kind of sad. Do you know that right now in the strip club in New York, the bartenders are the new thing right now? And if you notice, they don't even hire black bartenders in New York City strip clubs, which is sad.
But why do you think that is?
Because I feel like people's having these fetish with these girls that they consider exotic,
Yeah. I mean, I feel you. I think like America as a whole is getting more mixed. You know, you're starting to see more biracial kids and everything else like that.
Yeah.
You know, and actually, I think I remember there was this really interesting interview from years ago. It was with Foxy Brown, and she said that before her, when you look at all the music videos, it was always a light-skinned chick. You know, the chick with the long curly hair and everything else like that. And once Foxy came out, dudes was like, "Yeah, I want that bad dark-skinned bitch." Like, yeah, like, you know, she sort of changed the way beauty was viewed in hip hop.
Yeah, I mean, it's just sad. I don't know what it is. I have dated guys that are black, and they have told me like I don't date black girls, and it's like I be telling them, but you're black, but your mom is black. You don't think that's weird? And then they told me, well, you don't date Spanish guys, right? And I say, no, I don't. I date black guys, and it's like, so it's a preference thing, which is kind of like absurd to me. But then it's just like I have a preference myself.
No, I feel you. I mean, I mostly date black girls. I mean, although I dated pretty much everything, but most of my long-term relationships were with black girls. And clearly, I'm not black. But you don't date Spanish guys at all.
No.
Do you have any idea why?
I guess I like first I like dark complexion, and it seemed like every dark guy that I ever like, they're African American or Jamaican. I don't even like people I think that like is my race, just because I like to date people that are different from me. Like I like to date people that are not like me. I like their culture. I already know my culture, so I want something new to me. You know, if I probably date a white person because I want to know more about the culture, but I'm not attracted to light skin. You know, so
Yeah. I mean, I think everyone deserves their own preference. You know, but
And let me just say that these are the main type of women who are constantly saying that light-skinned men aren't attractive and they're not masculine or they're too feminine or, just a bunch of derogatory terms. I don't know if you guys remember the Aaron Pierre thing. Now, a lot of people were attracted to him, but there's always that minority of you-know-who feeling the need to, disrespect light-skinned men. And there are plenty male exotical channels who can validate this experience. So when it comes to Cardi B saying, I do prefer darker skin, that should be a win for people with darker skin, right? And if she is bad for not liking guys that look like her, which are usually going to be lighter skinned men, what about other black women who that's not their preference, right? Because I've seen that whole, my man got to be darker than me. There's nothing wrong with liking dark skin. But again, I'm going to play the rest of the clip because even Cardi B says there's nothing wrong with having a preference. It's when you feel the need to degrade someone else as if someone else is beautiful and someone else is ugly. That's where it becomes some type of ism, right? So I'm going to go ahead and finish the clip for you guys.
I mean, although I dated pretty much everything, but most of my long-term relationships were with black girls. And clearly, I'm not black. But you don't date Spanish guys at all.
No.
Do you have any idea why?
I guess I like first I like dark complexion, and it seemed like every dark guy that I ever like, they're African American or Jamaican. I don't even like people I think that like is my race, just because I like to date people that are different from me. Like I like to date people that are not like me. I like their culture. I already know my culture, so I want something new to me. You know, if I probably date a white person because I want to know more about the culture, but I'm not attracted to light skin. You know, so
Yeah. I mean, I think everyone deserves their own preference. You know, but I think that once people say that,
I don't. You can have your own preference. You can have your own preference. It's okay. You can like what you want to like, but don't ever feel like somebody's better than somebody else. Like don't ever be like, oh, like for example, if a guy was to say like I don't like black girls because those are not my preference. Okay, but don't ever make it seem like I don't like black girls because I think light skin girls look better. Don't ever be on some like somebody look better than somebody else because of a skin complexion.
well, but isn't that what you're saying though? If you're saying I fuck with a certain type of person because that's my preference,
But
you're
that's
saying that person looks better to me.
But it's not because it looks better. Because don't make it seem like you're not like a lot of people be like I like an exotic girl, I like a foreign girl. So it's like what you're trying to say because that doesn't mean saying I don't think light skinned men are not exotic and foreign. You feel me?
Yeah.
I just like what I like. I'm never gonna make a light skinned man feel like they less than a dark skinned guy because it's what I like.
Yeah.
Don't ever make them. I will never make them feel like they less beautiful than what I like.
Yeah.
Don't make
No, I
nobody
understand.
feel like they less beautiful than somebody else.
My nationalities don't have the same cultures. We speak the same language. We have different dialects. We don't eat the same food. We don't eat the same nothing. Call a Nigerian Ghanaian. Call a Haitian Jamaican. Call a Jamaican a Haitian. Call Guyanese a Trini. And you tell me how they gonna feel. And not only do y'all don't call me a Mexican, y'all call me a dirty Mexican. So of course I'm gonna defend myself every single time you guys do it. You're not gonna keep erasing my nationality. Never in my life growing up did I ever heard anybody call me a Mexican. So it's like, well, how the fuck? When I was coming up, y'all wasn't calling me that, but now y'all do call me that. I feel offended that.
So honestly, when it comes to Cardi B, I really don't understand the disdain. And Exoticals United recently did a video on people being jealous of other people's ethnic background, like not even just your phenotype, not your percentage or anything like that, not your accent, even though those are very sexy too. But just being mad that somebody has something that's, unobtainable to the average demographic wherever you may be, right? Let's say if you are from like a southern place, or maybe from California, there are a lot of people mixed with Hispanic there. There are a lot of people mixed with Native there because a lot of those people migrate there, So let's say you're an Afro-Latina from New York, which is where Cardi B is from. It's almost like a double standard there. Now, I get it. If you from this place and you feel like, okay, the Afro-Latinas, sometimes they claim it, sometimes they don't, that's one thing, but it goes against their entire standards. It's like the goalpost is constantly moving. With Tyla, it was, oh, well, there's no difference between you and da 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 da. You shouldn't identify as colored, when there was a reason she identified as that. There are genuine monoracial Africans in Africa, and they have their own history, as do the colored people, right? And I find that whenever someone is something, again, that's very rare, like a colored person, a Creole person, these are minorities within minorities, there's this sting of jealousy. And I think that's where it comes from with Cardi B. Either that or it's some type of racist like rhetoric, because I noticed even Cardi B has spoken on this, where people will call her a dirty Mexican or do little stuff like knowing that she's Dominican, I believe, Dominican and Trinidadian. So, and she's spoken on this many, many times. I don't know if it was JT that called her that. We're going to get into that in a minute. But people always do that to her. Like I think even Nicki Minaj has said like, oh, someone called her a dirty Mexican or something like that. And it's almost like a way to degrade her history, because you know the difference. You know the difference between a Puerto Rican and this and that, and they do it to like basically mess with her. So I think it's either they're jealous of this admixture, or they just don't respect Hispanic and Latino people, because Cardi B is not the only one. How come when Amara La Negra said it, it made sense, but when Cardi B says it, it doesn't? And another thing, because somebody might say something about what I just said, right? Cardi B came out and said something like, in one of her recent songs, I hate when a bitch think that she pretty because she light skinned. And, all the, what do we call them? Like light skinned girls that be allowing other people to degrade them to make dark skinned girls feel better, whatever we call those. They were happily saying that, right? Now, granted, every person of a certain complexion isn't pretty or ugly. So if you like the verse, that's good for you. But that should have been a win. That should have been like, oh my God, Cardi B gets it. She's not a colorist. She understands that just because you're light skinned doesn't mean you're beautiful. Right. They should have ran with that, right? Tell me why they flipped it and told her, well, you're not light skinned, you're Hispanic, so you're not allowed to say that. And that's like a new thing now, where there's a difference between being light skinned and being a light skin. Like, oh my God. So it's really like annoying. So I'm gonna show you guys some clips of that too. Yeah, so here Cardi B is trying to, acknowledge the fact that, I hate when a girl thinks she pretty just because she light skinned, right? And instead of people going, oh, wow, like, propping her up for that, they said, well, you shouldn't be saying that because you're not light skinned. And she literally had to say, well, what do you want me to call myself, Dominican skin? Because at this point, like, when it comes to multiracial ethnic groups, there are those that are more lighter complexion. I think about Hispanics like a Sofia Vergara. And then I think about people like Cardi B. And then I think about people like Amara La Negra. And those are all different forms of, Hispanic. And that's not like hard to wrap your head around. It's just not. But yeah, I can tell that they're just being super duper funny to her. And one of the videos I saw that really made me go ahead and make this video was a video from I Am Eloho. And I'm going to do like a quick reaction to the video because like some of this stuff was just so silly.
JT is beefing with Cardi. She's behind the scenes laughing at the leaked audio. Hennessy jumps in and she starts attacking how JT looks. She says, gremlin looking B, dying for attention. That's why I curved your boyfriend 7 to 8 times. And you know it. Laughing my effing A off. JT responds, just like a Spanish girl to think a black girl is jealous. B, your sister gives baby fat jacket in the summer to hide a pregnancy and Team Jordans.
Also, I'm calling JT to the front of the line because there's this ongoing trend of people, and I'm not saying they shouldn't, stick up for her. If you're a fan of her, great. But they're having like this sympathy train of, oh, they're calling JT an animal because once upon a time someone called JT Nicki Minaj's lapdog because they used to be cool. And everyone knows that lapdog is a term. Like, it's a term of, oh, like you're doing someone's bidding, like a flying monkey. If I called you a flying monkey because you were friends with a narcissist, am I a colorist now? Like, that's how bad this shit is getting. And if we really want to talk about people calling people animals, much specifically in a derogatory term, JT herself has done that. And I've done a video on that. So here's the clip. So I'm going to go ahead and play the clips for you guys.
JT collab with Mac is Matt could have just brought out Snob's lip glass back. Like, I don't understand why y'all making this so hard. Why y'all making it so... Bring back Snob lip glass back. The small one, the big one, both of them. Nobody care about Snob lipstick. Nobody cares. Nobody uses that. I bought that and that shit leaving white line. Come on, like, y'all could have brought that back out with JT. You know how much money I would have been. Oh my God, I hate y'all. I really hate Matt. I know you're not talking about people's faces. Please, because you got so much shit done to your face. It ain't even fucking funny, my love. You gotta be funny. Blowfish, bitch. I'm 8 months pregnant. I'm swollen. Yes, like, the fuck is wrong with you? And it do be on people, because why you calling me a mutt? Why are you calling me a mutt? I ain't never sat here and disrespected nobody, especially a black woman. Why are you calling me a mutt? You are too reactive, my love. Nobody said nothing about you. The only time I even mentioned your name was talking about the collab in the first place. Aside from anything else, I'm speaking on MAC discontinuing a lip gloss that everybody likes. I'm so confused on why you reacted to it. Why are you so mad? For somebody that makes a lot of money, that's up here and everybody else is down here, you really be staying in people's comments. I'm so confused. Why you delete the comment, JT? Why you deleted it? Why you deleted it? Is it because you feel stupid now? I'm so confused. Like, come back. Because you really went out your way to sit here and comment. They didn't pay attention to the video. They didn't use your listening ears like they taught us in kindergarten. And you just comment some shit. Come back, because I'm not done. Because it really do be your own people. Come back. Why you deleted it? Stand on it, right? I'm a mutt. I'm a blowfish. 8 months pregnant. I'm a blowfish. Come. Like I said, I can never, and this is me natural, off the wake up.
So yeah, I did find JT's
Of everybody being colorist and everybody being anti-black, right? But I find it very interesting that whenever the girlies, specifically lighter skinned girls, whenever they start talking about JT, they go for her looks. And there's really no other way to slice it than blatant colorism. That it is what it is. Y'all don't like it. Y'all don't like when we talk about it. Y'all don't like when we call it out. But
That is so ironic considering when it came to JT calling this pregnant woman all types of mutts out her name when this woman never came for her, that was blown over. The same thing with the comments of JT calling people crispy, other dark skinned women burnt and crispy, right? But people love to bring up the stuff that Cardi B said when, these people actually came for her. I'm not condoning it, but the situation with JT, that was straight up insecurity. That girl said nothing about her. And her first go to was to call her a mutt. That's some type of internalized animosity, is it not? And literally no one talks about it. So, yeah.
mug for mug, JT's prettier than all of them. And sidebar, Cardi snapped on her sophomore album, Am I the Drama? When she said, I hate when a chick thinks she cute cause she light skinned, I felt her. But you also gotta acknowledge that there are some light skinned chicks who think you're not cute because you're not light skinned. There's no way you can look at JT and say, you're not cute, you're ugly. And first of all y'all are just too wealthy to be ugly. Let's be clear. The fillers, top-notch wigs, makeup, enhancements, like y'all got too much money to be ugly. That's number one. And number two, y'all always going for JT looks. It's a lot of things you could say about JT. It's a lot of things to say. Ugly? You look like a gremlin, comparing her to animals, and we gonna get into the monkeys and roaches of it all. But it never sit right with me when y'all go back and forth with JT and y'all start calling her ugly or calling out her looks, and she's really prettier than all of y'all. Said what I said. And if she was their complexion or had their hair texture, they wouldn't be calling her ugly.
Okay, one, why would you be imagining JT with lighter skin? Like, I'm not even going down that rabbit hole with you guys. Even though I did see something like that, like a darker skinned woman doing a filter to look lighter skin and then getting on a dating app to see the difference. I did see something like that. But I didn't know that people do that like on a regular basis, sit there and wonder, oh, well, if this person was light skinned or if this person, was this or that. Like, that's kind of insane. But just to prove that theory wrong, let's say JT, randomly got vitiligo overnight, right? Y'all would still be mean to her. The same way that y'all are about, what's her name, Lotto? About her features, right? And then T.I.'s wife, her features, anyone with certain features, it's not even just, and then y'all love saying, well, just because you're light skinned don't mean you're beautiful. And then the girls in question are just women with black features that happen to be light skinned. So no, even if JT was light skinned, y'all would still have something to say. But let's keep watching. Also, even Cardi B's sister, Hennessy, had to check her, like, why are you always making things about race? Whenever there's a beef, you make it about race. Like, literally, you have a history, like a track record of doing this, right? And I'm not saying Cardi B doesn't too, but I just find it so ironic that if this dark-skinned girl can be colorist and anti-black when she feels like it and still be a black person, why is Cardi B automatically kicked out of blackness when she has a history of the same things too? It's just ridiculous.
So Hennessy responds and says, it's your fourth time bringing up race. Here you go trying to race bait. What's your obsession with race? You the same girl that got up here saying you don't like dark-skinned women and calling them crispy. Now you're race baiting so you can get those same women on your side? I'm starting to think it's something you need to tell us. Is it because your man messing with a Dominican artist? That don't have nothing to do with me. And I think she's talking about Ice Spice. Remember there was at one point where Lil Uzi was trying to get Ice Spice attention. Now, Hennessy did make a point here. Okay, this is the same girl that said called dark-skinned women crispy. A lot of dark-skinned folks internalize the colorism, internalize the anti-blackness, and then begin to spew it out on other people who look just like them. But let's be clear, all of these women know that black women are their primary demographic. They know that they have black women who buy their albums, buy their music, stream them, are huge fans of them, and they know that being colorist or anti-black is not going to benefit them at all, especially in today's climate. Because let's be clear, if it was a few years ago, none of these people would have a problem being openly colorist. But what Hennessy doesn't realize is even though JT had or has some internalized colorism, she's still going to get the brunt of it. Whether she's participating in the colorism, acknowledging it, whatever the case, she's still going to get the brunt of it. And this whole situation just proves that whenever y'all are beefing with JT, y'all automatically go to her looks and y'all automatically say
And you know something? I'm confused on how she's getting the brunt of the situation. I understand Cardi B is a bigger artist, so that has to be taken into consideration, meaning she has like more fans and whatnot, so I can see, people messing with her. But at the end of the day, nobody even acknowledges that JT has said those things. Whenever regardless of who Cardi B is beefing with, if it's a black person and they don't like Cardi B, they always go to her calling someone a roach and a monkey. Right? Like, that's like synonymous. Like, I can play the clip for y'all. Everybody knows that roaches sound, the little meme. So, like, the Nicki Minaj meme where she's brought that up, like, probably like 7 years ago or something like that. So, it's been a long time coming of people, bringing up Cardi B's statements about what she said. Most people have no clue of what JT said. Most people have no clue. So who's really getting the brunt of their actions and some shit that they said in the past? Like, this is just ridiculous to me. It's actually kind of funny.
she's ugly or compare her to objects and animals. And it's in the way that y'all don't do that with Ice Spice. And y'all could correct me if I'm wrong. I really don't follow the beef that closely, but y'all could correct me if I'm wrong and I'll stand corrected. But I don't see them dissecting the way Ice Spice looks. I don't see them saying Ice Spice is ugly, comparing her to monkeys or roaches or animals, or calling her outside of her. I don't see it, right? And she's a Dominican woman, so obviously
So I'll go ahead and correct her again. Ice Spice's body is a national spectacle. When this woman gains weight, loses weight, changes her hair, everything this woman does is taken, like, super duper seriously, and she's constantly picked apart. There was even people saying she looked like she had Down syndrome and all this other stuff. So no. And her race has been constantly questioned to the point to where every woman that beefs with her ever since she fell out with a couple girls, now she's like the queen of colorism. So no, I definitely see people picking her body apart and picking her character apart.
Think that her features are beautiful. They think her white skin is beautiful. They think the way she looks is beautiful, especially compared to someone like JT who has black features. And we know the history of colorism. We know that this is predominantly because Latina women are fetishized, especially within the black community. Black men highly fetishize them. So they literally are repeating what black men have told them. Many Latinas, many biracial and lighter-skinned women have come out to say, listen, this is what they tell us. And for the people saying, oh, but she calls Bia ugly and Bia's light-skinned, well, yeah, that also plays into what I just said. Men are not fetishizing Bia. Men are not pedestalizing Bia. Bia has a slim build. Bia is not built like a stripper. Bia pretty much looks natural other than weaves and makeup. Bia does not have a lot of work done. Bia doesn't have boobs and ass and all of that. So according to the male gaze, she is not pedestalized. She is not fetishized. And so unfortunately, a lot of women only see beauty through the male gaze. They can't look at someone and just say like, oh, this person is beautiful because I think so. It's usually a repeated rhetoric, which is rooted in colorism, anti-blackness, and fetishization.
So I'm going to step in again because her saying that, I don't know which one she's referring to, Hennessy or Cardi B, claiming that Bia, who's another rapper who's light skinned, is also ugly, which again, none of these women are ugly. But yeah, saying that Bia was ugly, that's just proof. Now, if she was just going around saying dark skinned girls are ugly, all right, we can bring that into the evidence, but she's not. There are women that, I'm not here to judge any of these women. I think they're all gorgeous, but Bia is really attractive. So if she's willing to call Bia ugly, chances are it's just up to personal preference. Like, she's not going out her way to demean darker skinned people. And she's said on record that she does find that skin to be beautiful. And her daughters have that skin. And recently when Nicki Minaj was talking about her children, she defended, her daughter's beauty. So I don't think anywhere in her heart Cardi B thinks certain people, people of dark skin are ugly. Just that certain people are ugly that might have dark skin, and a lot of people, they're purposely misunderstanding her. And I am so happy that I did this video because for a long time I was being gaslit too because of her Hispanic heritage and because of some of her anti-black statements. But if you're going to accept Amara La Negra, and if you can accept JT, who, one is Hispanic heritage and one is anti-black statements, you can accept Cardi B. And again, with her saying she's light-skinned, whatever, what is she supposed to call herself? She's a multiracial, Hispanic, Caribbean, Afro-Caribbean woman. Like, it's like a minority within a minority within a minority. Like, it's a very delicate, background, because there's so many, and then depending on what part of the Dominican Republic she's from, that changes it too, because part of her family is Trinidadian. There's different types of Trinidadians. Some have different admixtures. So it's just really, weird that they feel the need to make her, to basically push her into being a monoracial Hispanic woman, which she clearly is not. She just clearly is not. So there are people from, what's funny? Africa, outside of Africa, the people that have the most black people with the darkest skin is Brazil. That is a Caribbean Hispanic country. So what, all Brazilians are not black now? They were last week. So it's very just ridiculous. Lots of contradictions and double standards. But yeah, Cardi B is an exotical. Get over it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm bulk recording right now, so if you want anything specific, let me know. And I definitely miss you guys so much. If you got to the end of the video, thank you so much and have a beautiful day.